Good morning and welcome to CHRICED Radio and Television, where your matter now we own. Wonderful Tuesday. Now you don't take Tanda Gidbam with us today. And inside Niger, don't show for your speaker. My name, na Princess Anyana. And as the show go, we'll still carry some of the big G's them come give to you later. Weekend day inside the news, some accidents that will happen on Monday day in the news, and then even the tax matters still also day in the news with some NNPC waiving of debts, Igiaga, but all of that will come up inside the big Tory segment of the show. Before all of that, go quickly rush, take a very short break. When we come back, front pages of newspapers go show live and direct. Welcome back. The Punch newspaper, now in the start of the papers this morning, and the Tory for the terrible accidents. Tinubu article orders don't they say sorry to Joshua before World Boxing Champion. They in stable condition. Now waiting Ogun State government, they yan be that. NNPC don't write off, meaning don't cancel about 4 trillion naira subsidy and other money where the old federal government. Now, for on top of the tax laws, House of Representative minority group say they not support the idea of to start this tax on the January 1st, and even the matter they court, and court don't say on Wednesday, and they go start the case. The big Tory inside the Punch newspaper for the one where we say United States being take do some Giaga, throw bombs, scatter things them for some parts of Nigeria. The defense headquarters don't step up their watch to the make sure say those ones them where they run, the bad guys them where they run, they see they catch them. ISR, they monitor ISWAP members' movements, and the retired generals, they talk different on top whether make United States send soldiers enter inside Nigeria to come help us fight all of the Giaga way with the face. Now, for issue of bandits, 8 people neither killed away for Kebbi attack and 16 others neither kidnapped for inside Zamfara State. Issue of bringing back the national grid don't start again as our grid collapse, can't even quench light for plenty places all over the country. Port Harcourt Refinery supplied 3,150 diesel trucks, even with say they shut them down. One man for inside Ogun State don't kill his stepbrother on top 4,000 naira bese. PDP don't draw line of war as Wike attack Makinde and Fubara. All of that and more they inside the Punch newspaper of this morning. The newspaper then will follow the Punch this morning, na Vanguard newspaper, and inside the Vanguard newspaper, we hear say Nigeria don't record $4.6 billion balance of payment surplus inside Q3 of 2025. For issue of say the attacker, Pedro Obaseki don't they talk wetin in go through as Amnesty, PDP, others they ask for justice. For inside matter of electricity, lights off all over the country as national grid collapse. Femi Otedola don't sell in majority shares inside Geregu Power for inside a $750 million deal. And for inside the Igiaga where they go on for PDP, Wike don't attack Makinde and Fubara. He say Makinde lie about him holding PDP for Tinubu. He say Fubara no get political structure as he put enter APC. So, and say the one where we say the governor moved to APC is late. He supposed on to Antete. But PDP now they vest that they para on top the fact of say there is no existence of PDP inside the River State. On a terrible accident, Anthony Joshua, the Russian go Duchess Hospital, and two of him parties them don't die. Federal Road Safety Corps don't come out saying now overspeeding, wrong overtaking, now cause the accident. In 2027, I did better prepared to lead Nigeria. Now Peter Obi na he and that one on the fight against terrorism. After US strikes, Nigerian Air Force don't they pound the places then will Akurawa they stay inside Zamfara State. And a little bit of sports on 2025 AFCON Chile saying in the doubt whether Nwabali Onyeka go follow inside the squad we go play against Uganda. All of that and plenty more now you go see inside the Vanguard newspaper. following the Vanguard very closely this morning. Now the Daily Sun and the Daily Sun don't they shout by to say suspend implementation of new tax laws. Now waiting House of Representative group, they tell federal government be that and the group say one group now don't drag Tinubu, National Assembly, AGF and others go court on top this tax law matter. NLC said they stand to support that compulsory drug test for anybody where they find government work now. 2027 matter, Nyesom Wike don't reply word back, give Makinde. They accuse the Oyo State governor of hiding 30 billion naira donation from Presido. Now he said there is no strong opposition against Tinubu as ADC no day anywhere to be found. FRSC, they blame the Anthony Joshua accident on overspeeding and the wrongful overtaking. Tinubu, Ogun State government, they just they pray and they mourn the ones that will die from that accident. Abia, Gombe, Nasarawa, Ogun, Kano, Osun, Anambra, Ondo governors don't sign their 2026 budgets into law. Soldiers don't kill 80 terrorists and rescue 34 victims inside operations the way they do different state to state. Bandits don't kill 8 people inside 3 communities for Kebbi State. NCAA, the counter Onyema, rejects say na tax. Now you go blame for the fact of say aeroplane money they very high. All of that and more now you go see inside the Daily Sun newspaper of this morning. After the Daily Sun, we get The Nation, and inside The Nation, Nigerian Air Force don't throw bomb from air, take kill terrorists inside Zamfara, then destroy IEDs and other weapons. Then Otedola don't sell in majority stake for inside Jericho oil for $750 million. NNPCL, they look for money, they find funding to finish AKK gas pipeline. Ekiti 2026, INEC comot PDP from the list of governorship candidates. Them Wike say Makinde they try scatter PDP for his own selfish reasons. And the minister they accuse Fubara say he enter agreement, but he no stand by the agreement. He go against the agreement we then get. Boxing icon, top boxing organ Anthony Joshua, they in stable condition after that terrible car accident. Before champion, fitness trainer and a friend die for the accident. Presido, they sympathize with him and his family. Tax loss no go increase the money for aeroplane. Now waiting the organ of the joint body of tax committee, the yarn be that. Kano Governor Yusuf plan to go join APC don't they cause serious worry and jacking up of mind inside NNPP. That and more they inside The Nation newspaper of this morning. After The Nation, we get the Nigerian Tribune newspaper this morning. The Nigerian Tribune newspaper now be the next paper for we hand, and they say local government standing on their own. Court don't give 774 local councils direct access to their UBEC money. New tax laws go help and not hurt airlines. Now within the tax reform committee, they be that accusation against the before NMDPRA Oga Dangote now don't they ask say make them give them dates inside January when it go appear before the ICPC. Wike say I never promised to hold PDP for Tinubu, but the Turaki side of the National Working Committee don't attack the FCT minister back. PDP no day for the list as INEC don't bring out the names of governorship candidates. Waiting what they talk about. Enter inside Nigerian Tribune and you will see all of that and more. Anthony Joshua, they in stable condition now for hospital after motor accidents. We kill 2 people. Soldiers don't kill 80 terrorists, rescue 34 victims inside different operations in different states. Nigerian Air Force through air take finish the hiding places of those bandits and keep plenty people for inside Zamfara. DSS don't grab the suspected killers of Cross River Dr. Professor Kanem. Army don't confirm, say truly those strikes where US do don't scatter those terrorist camps them inside Sokoto. All of that and more now you go see inside the Nigerian Tribune newspaper of this morning. Now to take round up the front pages of newspapers this morning, we get the Punch Sports Extra, and inside the Punch Sports Extra, Chile don't they give some kind of signate of say they go rotate the squad. Nigeria versus Uganda, Ikeazu the target to win against Eagles. Iwobi is not after Man of the Match awards. Joshua is stable after the terrible motor accident. Liverpool, they plan to hijack Semenyo for the Uganda versus Nigeria game. We'll see on today, and they say on the checkpoints, you know, you're going to need to see how the match will go. Osimhen and the team, they for inside the front of the page, plenty more. They there. Nadozie don't lose a brother. Chelsea wants Rudiger return to them. Arteta, they open to January transfers. Still inside the front page of the Punch Sports Extra. Super Eagles, they face test of character against the battle-hardened Cranes. And finally, Yamal don't come out now, don't talk, say, make anybody no compare Ram. All of this and more inside the Punch Sports Extra newspaper. And this now where we'll go wrap up the front pages of newspapers this morning. But try make you get, even if now one of these papers, get the full gist. Stay informed, make your own for no loss. And join us again tomorrow, the same time, this same station, on top another wonderful segment of the front pages of newspapers. Right now, no go anywhere, because coming up next, now the big stories them inside the news.
Hello, my country people of Nigeria. It don't take small where I say you. Maybe now one of the reasons why rumors in the spread say K-Bobo don't leave the media space. But you know what? Say no to fake news. Because I never get tired and I know they retire. I just change gears small and make we enjoy ourselves better. Before you don't listen to me and that voice they sweet you, the analysis they tutorial you. Now you go to watch me live on top CHRICED radio and television, where we go to break that news analysis well for you. On top of newspaper radio, big story where they happen. Inside program what we call Inside Nigeria. You go enjoy our well because we go break down for you, you go reason with us, and you go understand the grammar well. Wetin you need to do now to follow us on top www.CHRICEDradioandtv.com, or you can follow us on top all our social media platforms. My name is Kolawole Omaneye. On top CHRICED radio and television, your matter now we own.
Welcome back to Inside Nigeria on top CHRICED Radio and Television. I hope say you do with us live on Facebook and live on YouTube at CHRICED Radio TV. You also feel follow us, like us, subscribe to us, and drop your comments on top all social media platforms like TikTok, Instagram, and X, all at CHRICED Radio TV. And then our website now www.chricedradiotv.com. But for on top this one, if you also want to join us through the WhatsApp portal, now 0906-891-8345. Just drop your message and we could definitely bring them out here on the show. Now, to start the matter, we could start on a very sad note because yesterday will be Monday, like say, not just one accident to the other. But I'm not here alone to talk about the matters then we're in the news today. I get Kola Wole Omoni. Kola, good morning.
Good morning, Princess.
Merry Christmas in arrears.
Thank you very much. Same to you.
We see your dreams. All right, now coming back inside the studio. So yesterday, 7 Tory people from the Nigerian Television Authority were being go to attend one of their colleague wedding for Gombe State. As they come back, the had an accident. They say about 11 of them, and then 7 die on the spot. 4 others still the hospital, they receive treatment. That's not one of the accidents then will happen. We also hear of another situation where a driver, be like say, he lose control, and then where children for just gather, he just enter into them, and a 9-year-old was killed. Then now also with the Anthony Joshua situation, the Nigerian British boxer, we also get accident yesterday. In your own case, they say you just go jam truck will stand on your own, and that thing lead to the death of 2 of him paddies them. But him, they say they unstable condition. Even Oga President Bola Ahmed Tinubu say he don't follow and talk for phone, talk to her and talk to him mama and everything they all right. Now, FRSC don't come out, say most of these accidents, minus the journalist on where they say, like say na tire boss, but even the Anthony Joshua on, and even the one where we say they say it happened just during this Yuletide season, saying are mainly over speeding and wrong overtaking in the cause. What do we have to say to all of that?
Yeah, it is unfortunate. May God Almighty give the families fortitude to bear the loss. Days is we lose a number of people like that in Nigeria, including foreigners anyway, on the same day. And we understand how the families will be feeling right now, both home and abroad. So we want to check wetin road safety bin dey talk about. Sincerely speaking, it has to do with self-discipline when you are driving on a highway. And if we want to now check it with some of our principles, our policies, our laws, traffic rules that we put in place to check some of these situations, the level of enforcement is very poor. You understand? For instance, at a point, I remember how road safety been the push for speed limit and device. You understand? At a point, they were giving deadlines here and there on when to start implementation. And after the implementation, the level of enforcement is still not strong. You understand? Even me where they talk here right now, I no get them inside my car, to be fair, you understand? So if you check some of those things, that it's okay. We know, say, naturally, you might be tempted when you see an open way, you see a clear road to run, but something should be checking you. There are some cars that will be checking you. The speed limit in this country is so. It's 120 per hour, you understand? Speedometer. Some 100, you understand? And even despite that checking, people will still go beyond. You understand? You get some of those sophisticated cars that will be warning you are going beyond the speed limit. You still go beyond because you have been tempted to do that. So what can check it? That was why road safety came up with that speed limit device. But if we have 100 cars in Nigeria right now, apart from maybe those ones that came with it naturally, factory setting or whatever, if we have 100 cars now, I'm not sure if 98 of them get speed limit device. So where's the campaign? So when we have this kind of incident, we dey use am to remember wetin be the policy wey dey for ground to check this kind of situation. Don't forget, I've been talking about self-discipline because road safety cannot be everywhere. How you take prioritize your life to matters. You understand? In this kind of situation, then again, the emergency response time when we have this kind of issues too also matters. It happened, that of Anthony Joshua in an isolated place on a highway. So how timely were they able to respond to that kind of situation too matters. Maybe if to say the response was that timely, maybe they foresee rescue one of the victims, or Nigeria's situation, we say, okay, now God destined them to destiny to be with that. So that one too also matters. When we have this kind of situation on a highway, how timely can our response be? We also need to check it. Then to those journalists too, for instance, me like this, if I want travel, oh my goodness, it may take me almost 3-4 days to prepare, to check, okay, you go change your hair today, you check tires tomorrow, brake pad next tomorrow, to make sure say everything they intact. But that kind of trip that they embark on now, it was an official trip to go attend their friend's
Colleague's
wedding ceremony and thereabouts. That kind of situation, they may not prioritize all these factors before they carry that car enter road, because I think it's an official car. So
charter
they
bus.
a chartered bus, you understand? So some of these commercial drivers, you know how the situation they always they see a particular for this, okay, let me still manage it till next time and what have you. And it could be dangerous. It is unfortunate that tire burst, even common negligence, may lead to tire to come out from a distance. I don't get the experience before. Maybe say they no tight the tire well. So apart from say maybe tire no good, they feel no tight and well. Some of those little things like that. We know say when something they say something a natural disaster, whether you like it or not, if it go happen, it go happen. But that consciousness of say, okay, I want to take precautionary measures, it always guide some of these kind of situations. Say, okay, if it won't even happen, make it not too they serious like that. So coming back to speed limit device is something that road safety is supposed to still pay attention to. It's something they need to pay attention to. Then they always focus attention more on some of these big truck. But in the case of this one now, truck park for inside, motor go jammer because of over speeding. So we need to check it, and drivers too need to also pay attention to. No matter the situation, just a single blink of eye like this, whatever will happen, will happen. So the better way of managing this kind of situation, no matter how the accident won't be, if the speed they minimal, you know the day fatal the way we see them yesterday, way turned deadly like that.
Make also drivers actually put themselves out there to road safety, even talk am there, say even the drivers, make everybody just dey safety conscious, and then make we all learn to dey patient as against speed, because wherever we dey go, we go definitely get there. So we wish Anthony Joshua quick recovery, and we hope say for the ones that we lost their lives, may God give them the strength to bear the loss. Now, coming into some Nigerian stories, federal government, through President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, don't approve, say make them cancel very huge part of the money where Nigeria National Petroleum Company Limited, NNPCL, they owe the Federation accounts. From the talk, then wipe out about $1.42 billion and about 5.57 trillion naira. That's like about 90-something% of foreign debt and about 80-something% of local debt. Now, inside the matter now, they say they do this one, you know, after the suggestion from the Stakeholder Alignment Committee on how to reconcile the gbese between NNPC Limited and Federation. And also, you don't settle the quarrel we don't do between NNPC, how they say they owe the Federation, and then plenty others them. I don't see, say, the Resource Center for Human Rights and Civic Education, CHRICED, and some others them, they react to this and look and say, you know, pure. What do you think?
Yeah, pure, because you have a particular organization will be saying a major source of income in terms of revenue generation for the country. If we go check the main reason why government they drag all this implementation of capital expenditure inside budget, na lack of fund. Mainly they always cause them. If to say money they yapa, then go they release, then go they implement. You understand? And as a result of that lack of fund now, they still they implement 2024 capital project inside 2025. And that of 2025 capital project will be extended to March. Even that's the first trial anyway, they may still extend it further. So if you check a nation that is struggling to implement their capital project like this, where Nigerians can easily benefit, and inside their annual budget, then go predict, say, this is the so amount that I'm expecting from custom, from NNPC, from this, from their main sources of internally generated revenue. And if NNPC they inside, and they are now declaring debt here and there, and we just sleep, wake up one day, and federal government say they don't already grant them waiver. even the so-called Paris Club waiver the debt we will get from foreign, we knew what we went through before Obasanjo secured that kind of waiver for us. So it's just like family members' affairs. In an organization or a company where they talk say government and no day again, they don't privatize am. So it's more of like say you hear now say Dangote dey owe federal government money. They just sleep, wake up one day, they say they don't grant them waiver. Or maybe your organization now, your company, they owe federal government money without any due process. Maybe because you know somebody inside the cabinet, they say, okay, go in peace. We don't grant you waiver. So if you now start granting those waivers, wetin we go see to get again. If you say this company na private organization and you grant them waiver, tomorrow other companies will be say, okay, if it's possible for NNPC, then why not me? And apart from that, even the investors wey wan come to invest in the country or to do business with us, say these people no get any consistency. So tomorrow, I may even report, say, okay, somebody is showing me, they say they grant the person waiver of that particular debt. So if you are not consistent in your policy, in the way you handle things, it gets as a bit. Then again, how can you grant that kind of waiver for money that is not only meant for federal government, that is not meant for presidency, that is not meant for only Tinubu, that is meant for the entire country, state government and local government. Money that's supposed to go into FAC, and all of them will share it according to the way, statutorily, the way they are meant to be shared. So in doing that, no consultation of state and local government to say, okay, this is the money we're expecting, but it didn't come. And these people, what do we do? Should we grant them the waiver or not? No consultation. Federal government, Mr. President, we just say he has approved to grant that particular waiver. National Assembly is there. Who is responsible for oversight? You understand? These people, they are private entity. National Assembly is there to at least oversight whatever activities they are doing. Nobody is consulted. They did not deliberate this before the House to say, okay, should we or we shouldn't? Presidency just go ahead and grant this kind of approval. It don't mean anything. It don't make any sense. Because if you check, it's our money. And we don't have that right and opportunity to decide whether we need to grant them or not. What it means is that financial recklessness will continue. What it means is that tomorrow they will still come and declare more debts and be expecting more waivers. And what it means is that other companies will also reference NNPC to say, okay, true, we know, say, with the whole gbese, with the whole federal government gbese. But we remember, say, when I grant NNPC waiver of their debt, please, can you also do this one to us? So it no sit down well at all. Again, you have a structured organization where you're supposed to get more money to government's cover. You are granting them debt. But you are expecting Nigerians to come and pay more tax. Every angle. You want to now be checking their private account now, individual account now, to make sure that whatever they claim to be income, you have your own certain percentage from it. In all this, common man will still pay more. You will not grant them waiver. Even with all the controversies on top of the tax, we are still saying it's a must for us to start implementation from January 1. So if you check this thing, to day balance, it's more of, they are doing more of, okay, this is a black market approach. And it has always been like that in our oil sector. For instance, remember, when Farouk Lawal case being bust that time, wetin they asked them to do? They constituted a committee to investigate the fuel subsidy claim scandal. So, okay, these people, they import 100 millions of liters of oil and they supply it. They want a claim of that money back. They go to say, okay, is 500 million. That was what they asked these people to investigate. But unfortunately, in the course of that investigation, they tempted the chairman of the committee and he requested for a bribe, which they framed him and they gave him the bribe. They sent him to jail for 7 good years. They abandoned the real investigation. So what caused the House of Reps or the entire National Assembly to say, okay, since this committee don't fall hand, we are now constituting another committee. Or if federal government really mean business, say true, we want to get these guys, we want to investigate them. If it's not a big man investigation, what stopped them from getting another committee to investigate and make sure that we get these people? But we don't have that. We don't talk on this show before the reason why they should not be looking for only one single politician where they want to witch hunt or where they think say politics don't already ripe. Who are the people that are heading this corruption in our health sector, including civil servants? We don't talk and say they should bring these guys to book. But we are not seeing that. Instead, you will pay more money for them for not producing a single liter of oil. We still have all their workers intact. They are getting salaries. They are getting projects. They are implementing projects. They are making procurement. If you check this thing, it's not fair to Nigerians. Why they are adding more body to us? Nobody is being sacked. And the next thing is, okay, Nigerians come and pay more tax. Why we leave these people as a major source of income without any consultation before presidency go ahead to say you don't grant them trillions of naira? You know what that one means? If they give us, we will not be any strike here and there, and interruption of academic calendar. That we now had almost extra strike and a semester to our normal annual calendar of our academic activities. If we have that money and give it to resident doctor that they are drumming another fresh strike now, we will not get it from them. Some of this money, if we use it to build a world-class standard hospital that will not enable all these BB guys to be traveling abroad for medical tourism. These are the kind of things they can put in place. But somebody in court debt, you say you have granted the person waiver and you are looking for another person's head for company to even fold up for another person. It's not a fair deal at all.
Okay, so on top of this one, what do Nigerians need to do?
That is what we have been doing. To mega shout say this thing no make sense. For federal government to be able to know that, okay, you can't just do this thing and get away with it almost every time. And again, for people who get liver, who get the strength, they can even sue the federal government on top of this matter to say, why will you independently say, okay, you have granted these people debt waiver? What led to the debt in the first place? Was it a financial recklessness? You've not been able to establish, okay, how are they even managing the activities? What led to it? What can we do to prevent this in future? But if it is, you are just interested in granting them waiver, they will come and call more for you now and still bring it to before your table and grant it. And you say, okay, please, kindly help us grant this debt. We can't pay. So I will be expecting them. Number one, we inside the recommendation, what will be they do? We say, okay, make them do independent forensic investigation. On top of how this money they fly left, right, and center. Dangote being accused this sector too about corruption here and there. So we need forensic. Till today, no accountability, no transparency in their dealings. They're just doing some of these activities like black market approach. So we need them to be more transparent. And we need independent forensic investigation to make sure, okay, this money may be genuinely say bad debt, at least for a reasonable point to justify this federal government move. And again, we also need explanation from the presidency. Maybe in the course of the explanation, they will make it clearer and better for us instead of just say, okay, it's even a newspaper that brought out that report. They didn't make it public that they've granted these people so. Before you know it tomorrow now, they may do all this sharp deal. They will come and declare profit. I remember at a point they declared profit. After they declared profit, you see many people and many of the contractors lamenting, protesting that they are owing them a lot of money. So we need independent investigation on top of this matter. What led to that? And this corruption in this oil sector that the presidency and the federal government is shying away from, that they are not ready to really shake the table, it will not go well for economy. We keep struggling, we keep relying on foreign and loans for us to be able to cope and to be able to implement our budget.
Okay, so we ask, say, let there be investigation and then make whatever they find public, make everybody for know. Anyway, so we see they see how the matter they go. We hope to hear more voices. We say they will come to talk against this matter, and then, as always, we pray the government listens and more work is done. Now, talking about suing the federal government, you mentioned the issue of this NNPC. Now, on top of this tax laws, we don't start. We now say one group don't carry federal government go court, ensure they put people like the National Assembly, that's both Senate President, Speaker of the House, the AGF, as respondents for the case, say make them compel federal government to no go ahead with the implementation of this tax law starting from January 1. Even the joint body of students, the National Association of Nigerian Students, don't come out, say a lot of things still need to be done. They shout, say no awareness. Most people don't even know anything about it. They para for FIRS and then plenty other ones, and then say if they go ahead, do them. Then go down to that they will make sure they protest and shut down this country. Then the minority group inside the House of Representatives don't also come out, they shout, say make them no go ahead with this implementation of the tax law, even though government insists, say things are going to go as planned. Say January 1, they go ahead and roll out this tax laws. But the case for court will start tomorrow, will be Wednesday. Now, the vacation judge not talk say make them stop, but his first say make them put the defendants on motion of notice. What's in all of that?
Yeah, motion of notice now to notify them, say the case don't already enter court, and for them to be able to acknowledge.
But things go as well as normal.
It shouldn't the moment they have a court this thing, but I'm not too sure whether they've been able to secure a court order of stay of execution. You understand? If they've not been able to do that, if the application is what they are serving the defendants, they may still hide under that condition, say, okay, court never say anything. I hope tomorrow that the case will be coming up, maybe they will be able to grant them that maybe everybody should maintain status quo for now. Maybe in tomorrow's sitting, let's just wait and see wetin go happen. Now, this is a tax law that has a lot of controversies. I remember how it takes start that time. They overcame that particular stage by moving around, talking to stakeholders, wetin really mean, and eventually it became law because the body language of the presidency and that of federal government, it means say they really want this at all cost. And again, even the chairman committee on presidential tax reforms, when they talk, say it will create a lot of harm to our economy if it not start by January 1. And I'm wondering that, okay, even if they gather the money again, is it not a bigger harm when they spend it anyhow, like spending the way we are used to? You understand? Don't measure us on that. To say, okay, whatever we get from this money, it will be used judiciously. They go talk, say that one a federal government responsibility. Now, coming to the controversy about, okay, the alteration of the content of the law. So till we get the discrepancies, we get the one way then talk say na National Assembly pass am, and the one way then get say difference there. This committee still come back to say na only one then no, we they recognize, may they investigate the matter. So if you are giving them room for investigation, why are you giving another room for implementation? For a matter where they never conclude the investigation. and you want to implement.
But from waiting the chairman of the tax reform committee talk, he said may they allow them do their work, may them go ahead with the implementation. If truly, like I talked last week, then see say he get a CB inside, they should just remove that part where get a CB inside.
Telling you. You are just repeating what I've been talking about.
And now the committee, just like again we still talk that time, they don't even give them time frame. Even in the report today, even though the minority group is still mentioning, say they go there on the matter, they go. Nobody say this committee now has been over a week. We never hear anything.
Now,
so how long do we need to give them?
My point is that when they say then they touchlight the matter, say the matter they did and then they touchlight them. You on your own, waiting then they touchlight, you say you go start to the implementer.
Because them talk say waiting those ones they talk different from waiting them get. Say they don't get anything like that.
They different. There should be a room for them to resolve and reconcile and conclude. It's just like say, okay, you say matter day court, but you want to start to implement waiting day court. To them, that's their own court because they have the right to investigate. Now them pass the bill into law. Now them again come to say, okay, issues they set up a committee. They are on break. When they resume, they know how to handle it. See, if they are not giving deadline, they should now request, how soon can you people finalize this investigation? If they need something from this National Assembly, they know the way they used to fast track it. How many days it take them to pass national anthem bill into law? And a number of them rubber stamp this thing like that. So if it is that same means they want you to say, okay, guys, fast track this investigation. Let it be between them. They already know the way they used to romance each other. They are supposed to be separation of power. But in this government, we are not seeing any. We are not seeing it. So if that's not the case, if there's something where they need urgently, then they quickly get up on your mandate, which I stand. So in this case too, they should not shy away from that kind of privilege where the National Assembly don't already they give them. By making it's not like compelling them, like encouraging them to fast track the investigation and come out with their resolution and let the entire public know. Maybe the lawmaker raised a false alarm. Let us know about it. And with that, we will need to track who printed the one that the lawmaker is claiming that is different from that particular one. Where did he buy it? Who is selling it? Who is the printer of the person that is selling it? Who wrote it for the person? These are the kind of investigations. It's not for them to just establish, oh, no, everything is synced up now. Because they can be influenced to come and dish us whatever. But we want them to touchlight that investigation to trace it to where did you buy it? The person will sell out for you. Where did he get it? We need all these facts. After we now establish this fact, what it now means is that whatever National Assembly claims, say, now this one I will pass into law. Now Nigeria won't may they implement. Even with the implementation, people still get serious issues about it. You talk about awareness.
Yes.
You are so desperate to do implementation of this tax law. There's no single budget or campaign, dedicated campaign about this tax. We have National Orientation Agency, right? How many times have you seen them doing a lot of campaigns about this particular tax? You are bringing in new policy, no awareness campaign for it. I remember the same drama we had when CBNB, they implement cashless policy that time and the printing of new Naira notes. NOA came out that time to say, we have written a number of memos to CBN for them to grant us opportunity to educate Nigerians about this new policy. They say, they ignore. They don't even give them a single response. Instead of them to do the awareness by themselves. You have a new tax law in place. Do you know how many people that have been calling me because of this tax law? That even me, I don't even have much knowledge about it. You see one story today, you see another one next tomorrow. Different fashion of the stories. It is better heard from the horse's mouth. But what will they see? We don't get any of some of these things. You're supposed to take this message to grassroots. Do a number of awareness campaign, programs, live appearance program on the media, jingles, talking to people one-on-one through the platform of NOA. But we don't get this. You just let the details sometimes missing. They will claim that sometimes misinformation until when we now start the real reality now. When it start, before people now say, okay, this is how it will be, this is how it should not be. So it's not supposed to be like that. When you have almost like 3 months room for you to start this implementation, that 3-month campaign, massive campaign, is good enough to educate Nigerians about this new law. And with that again, if now something where they won't accept, good and fine. If now something where they think say, okay, it no make sense to us, then go reject them. Because the impression where government be they give now be say, it no go touch poor Nigerians. Say now only rich guys, then they after, we know they pay tax before now. But bet me, those rich guys will still find their way. They will still have their friends in place. We go grant them the recent waiver we get from NNPC right now. Where then go tell us, oh, now we win now. I remember there was a particular the person where they appoint in this country. In fact, it's one of the INEC chairmen where they want appoint that time. They say, may can't do clearance for Senate. From reliable source, then talk say when they want check all the tax, how they pay tax, they always say pay tax, they pay. Guess what? Because they need him at all costs to come and be in charge of INEC. They order the FRSC to backdate all the tax and what they call it. FIRS to backdate all the tax payment evidence for him. And they printed everything out as if he paid from a reliable source for him to go do screening before National Assembly. So if they are now giving us impression now that, okay, only poor people, now this thing no go touch, you go touch big men. And these big men again, they still have their friend in place. They can apply for whatever, they can maneuver whatever. But poor people don't fit. If they say they want to come out 1 naira, then go come out. If they say 100 naira, then go come out them. So we have a system that is not balanced. It's not safe for all. It's only safe for people who know who. And then they call them connection, but not corruption.
But 2 questions on this matter before we go stop them. Even though the general body of students them they complain, say they don't do enough sensitization, but they still mention say they use some social media influencers to take, ginger, show the workings and everything about the tax. Is that not, can we not call that saying a part of like, creating awareness? And then 2, mostly now the minority, that's like the party where not to get people inside the house. Now actually they shout about this issue of say they put some things inside the tax law with it. We're not really hearing from all the other members of the house or even the Senate.
You can't hear because everything is being politicized in the country now. And if for the ruling party, what do you expect? A situation whereby even governor will no win under the ruling party, they jump enter the ruling party. Another one is warming up now. They have 28 as you speak right now. So what do you expect? Only the minority will be having, and they will tell you, say, okay, you can have your say, but we have our way. And that is the impression they are giving Nigerians now. So it's better for the likes of student union and every other job body, including even NSC. We've not been hearing from them on this issue. We're supposed to hear from NSC too. We need them to start talking as we speak right now, whether they also embrace or whether them too don't they sing on your mandate, because that song is popular now. The moment you are not talking, maybe you are on the side of on your mandate. So we expect them to talk about these particular issues. So if they are talking that, okay, they are using social media influencers to do the campaign here and there, is it only on social media you meet everybody you are targeting to collect money from? It's not. And how many of those campaigns you are even talking about? Because at least if you are saying you are using social media influencers, many people, if you check 10 people campaigning for that tax implementation, we have 100 people saying no to it on that same social media. So which one carry weight pass? If 90 people are saying we don't want this, and out of these 90 people, like maybe 70 of them too, they are social media influencers. So which one will convince one pass? Among, okay, the people where you say claim say you they engage, maybe like 10, and 90 are saying no, this is the reason why you must not embrace this tax law. This is what will happen to your account. This is what will happen to NIN. This you get also amount, be changing the narration between this, between that. So if you check some of those people, which one would they obey? And apart from social media, people wey no even get access to social media, wey no get Android phone in the villages, how you wan encourage them to understand the message you are really passing across? Most of what you claim to be misinformation wey dey create fear in people's mind, how many of counter information you give to educate them more, the reason why they need to embrace the tax law? And no matter any grammar you are blowing, you already know the people you are dealing with, that the moment they hear say pay more, na headache. It's not even only in Nigeria. Some people are rejecting bigger job opportunity in US because of tax. Say, oh, if you go to this level, this is the amount they are deducting from your salary. When you wait, it's better you remain where you are. So if that's not the case, you want more money from people, and you are not educating them the reason why they need to embrace it. This is democracy. You can't impose it on them. No matter what you claim, oh, you want more money to do some certain things, it's still from their pocket. The multiple taxation that you are claiming that, okay, this law will end it, you have not been able to convince us how you want to take end down. Because we are still getting VAT on top of every single 30 minutes and 30 and 60 seconds call we are making. We are still getting VAT being deducted from it. You claim that there's a better way, okay, they can recover their tax and their VAT that they've paid on so many items here and there. But people are still not educated about this. So to me, it's too early for them to go for implementation, apart from even the controversial aspect of the law.
Okay, and then the joint body of students will say if by January 14, they not suspend them, they will do coordinated nationwide protest. Students go do coordinated nationwide protest. Feasible?
I hope they will
Is it
not.
possible?
I hope they will not be manipulated to stop it anyway.
They should go ahead with it.
Yes, they should go ahead. It's democratic. They can voice their opinion. They can protest. Not only them going ahead. Let the entire Nigerians join them to say, okay, we want to know better about this. We want to know better the reason why we need to embrace this. To be fair to the chairman of the committee, he has been doing a lot in terms of talking to people. You understand? But he can't do it alone. For instance, he can only speak in English to the entire Nigerians. How many Nigerians understand English? How many of this message they've been able to at least translate into Hausa and other main languages in Nigeria to educate people about it? How many people will he engage, or will be the only speaker talking about this? There are some people, the moment you give them that mandate, go and talk to your people like this. Whatever they say, naturally they accept it. How many of these people have you been able to engage? You think it's only on social media? No, it can't work in that manner. So they need to do more in terms of awareness campaign.
Okay, so you don't hear FIRS as well as the tax committee. People need to do more on the awareness campaign. Tomorrow will be Wednesday, December 31. Now in court for inside Abuja here, don't say then go quick, so they do accelerated hearing. They go hear the case where one group carry enter inside the court against the implementation of this tax law from January 1. So we'll just touchlight all of that and see how it go be. Now, so they round up the show, make we give you some Igiaga inside the People's Democratic Party as all of the wahala we did aside become like worse on Monday as Nyesom Wike come out in the normal media chat. We did begin to say a lot of things. He deny that we Makinde talk. Say she Makinde talk is saying go hold down PDP for Tinubu. Say na lie. Say there's nothing like that, and say why she no talk am since that time. Why be saying now where they come quarrel and now he come the talk am. Then he can also mention say Fubara going to join APC no automatic make am the like Oga of APC inside Rivers. You get say you know bad say he come but it's already too late. The time where he go port because he did not port with anybody. Those people even ported before him and said to now he like as he come but he go need to earn in ticket again. And he said a whole lot of talk, say if he leave PDP will not even exist anymore. So all of this talk, how you get to hear and see.
Yeah, it's pure politics, and he don't talk, say by January, the real politics will start, and we are waiting for the drama. So it's still part of a political yigiyaga where they go on in the country. And waiting talk about Fubara. I've been watching the media chat live yesterday, you will see his countenance and the body language. You go know say in the get issue with trust. He said it repeatedly. Say politics is a matter of trust. He mentioned it again, trust and trust. Meaning say his trust about Fubara is shaking. You understand? And it was shocking to him for Fubara to have reacted the way he did shortly after he got the mandate that time, where many people been talk say, Fubara, you know smart. You for day close to 2027, you don't already gather strength before you do what you be do. See what is happening in Kano now. Just imagine saying that 30 days after Abba being come on board, neither they breathe this kind of drum. Therefore, don't make the state ungovernable for him. That is politics for you. You don't have a permanent friend and you don't have permanent enemies. It now depends on how you want to manage that kind of situation. So, in his case now, they don't suspend Fubara. He don't come back. He had no choice. Ambode case, no real suspension that time. But they saw this kind of body language in him. They did not allow him to return. I think, if not only him, he was among a few number of governors that lost primary election in Nigeria. If not only him, I don't have the record now. You understand? A sitting governor losing primary election. You understand? So if Wike never really forgive Fubara completely, this kind of fate may befall Fubara. Yes. It may also be the second if only Ambode was the first person to be a sitting governor that will lose a primary election. Except if Tinubu and Wike don't already agree, say, may them give and carry go. The only fair way them go get, we say, oh, say wetin happened to them in 1970, you know, go repeat itself again. So the issue of trust, it is between them. And he talk about, say, okay, politics no be newspaper. He say politics na grassroots. If you want to really do politics, na grassroots. And again, because of that, as FCT minister now, he say this January where they come now, he get tour. He want to each local government in Rivers State rand to do thank you visit for them. You see, say politics don't they show. The reason why be the talks, okay, 2026 politics don't already start. He want to do now FCT now they in charge. But because he remember, say, without him being in charge of his state, it will not be relevant after 2027. He needed to go and do homework because he said it clearly yesterday, say, politics na grassroots, no be on top of newspaper. Now, how relevant are you in your constituency? Now, it go make you, now it go determine whether they will pay attention to you or not. So, for him to now be turning from one local government to another, he will not go say thank you for nothing now. He must drop. He must give them reminders. Okay, now me still dey in charge of the state. Oh, you understand? So as you speak right now, Fubara is a toothless governor in Rivers State. He has been captured. He can't do anything without these people's consent. So the movement now, from wetin been talk yesterday, whether I join APC or not, you know, concern them. So they may eventually get another anointed candidate against Fubara to come and contest in primary election. And he may lost. Because he will not manufacture people, now still Wike factor go determine who go vote inside that election or not. If it is money, Fubara is in charge of his state, and Wike is also in charge in FCT. He said it yesterday, say, just little. Now the allocation where governor they collect, they pass in own way the FCT here. He bragged about it yesterday. And again, Oga Presido don't comot FCT inside TSA, treasury single account, based on Wike's request. And he was given the approval. So he get the money. Apart from Rivers money, apart from the influence, he get the money to fight whatever, as we speak right now. So in all this, he go add Fubara if we can already make a return to become next governor in Rivers State. I don't care whether they want him to come back or not. I'm only care about how Rivers want to manage their life in 2027. How do I mean? they've seen it now that in the last 2 years, over 2 years now, no any reasonable things in that state because of this fight here and there. And they discovered again, saying that because they follow, say, okay, this my anointed candidate, godfatherism, and they voted for him. So if their mumu never done again, I'll be expecting to see, say by 2027, maybe Wike will come out to say, okay, now my candidate with this, and all of them will again will rush to the poll to go and vote the person. And if tomorrow the person too talk say, I know they follow Wike again, the entire state go scatter again. So I'll be waiting to see whether they don't already learn their lesson or they will still remain the way the situation is right now. So I'm much interested about Rivers guys, not about Fubara, Wike, or whoever is coming on board thereafter.
Conclusion of the show.
Yeah, the conclusion is that we are approaching 2026, not election year, but campaign year. Unfortunately, even they inside the INEC agenda say we're supposed to start campaign by 2026. But from wetin we've been witnessing this year, you go know say the politics don't already start. And we are hoping that as the politics they go, jumpology continues here and there. From Kano to many other states we go still jump. We are hoping that Nigerians too are also watching. The only thing I can use to encourage them is that they should not be carried away with this number of people that are voting, because if you check them, they may not reach 5% of people who are supposed to go cast their vote on the day of election. But we are being carried away. Oh, can you imagine? We hear say they don't get 28 governors right now. We hear say, oh, and more governors are still joining them, more lawmakers. They have the larger percentage. Then we don't get choice again. We just leave it for them. Then it be like say, you're not ready. Am I saying this to say whoever they are willing to vote for can rescue Nigeria? I don't know. But they need to shine their eyes before they can make that decision. And don't have this impression, say, because these people don't already dominate, you can still not decide even if you go vote, if the person where you vote for no be winner, at least you certify your conscience. It's not because, okay, bandwagon, these people, because they get the larger number right now, then we just know. Because I remember in 2015, PDP had a larger number like this. In fact, they will also have a 28 governor with the current figure right now. It no work for them because Nigerians decided, say, we no do again that time. So we are waiting.
So we are waiting. We come down to how things them go be. But we hope, say, as they do all the election, they fight for 2027, may they also remember Nigerians and the ordinary masses and still continue to govern the country. And this now where we will draw the curtain on top of the show this morning. Thank you, Kolawole Omoni, for showing up.
Thank you for having me.
And thank you, Abuja. Thank you, Kano. Thank you, Nigeria. Say you did with us to take us to enjoy the show. Make it a date with us tomorrow again, same time, same station, for another edition of Inside Niger. Until then, enjoy your day. My name, na Princess Anyana. God bless you.